Okay, hold on. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hello, and welcome to I Really Don't Know What's Happening episode of No Load Time. My name is Howard Velez. We haven't even done an audio test, and with me, it's the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
It doesn't even matter, Obed. I told you, hit that go button. Let's get to this, man. I am so
You,
pumped right now.
you're good.
I
You're good.
cannot wait. I'm about to explode on the show,
Yeah,
man.
your audio is actually good, sir. I am trying to share the stream.
I
Um,
thought you were gonna tell me to bring my audio down because I'm about to
no, your
be
audio
shouting the whole time.
Your audio is good, sir. I am just trying to share the stream
Absolutely,
before we go
absolutely.
in because we're jumping in as stuff is happening. The Game Awards are
Things are
happening
happening.
right now, um, and that's on top of oh my goodness everything that happened today and the beginning of this week regarding Spider-Man. You know what, Joel? Um, I'll look for the stream here while you go, sir. We're gonna skip the formalities and let's go ahead and talk about Mando.
Yep.
So let's get that out of the way.
Go right into Star Wars. Yep. Let's
Um,
go.
uh, bro, it keeps get how is this even possible that our that last week our minds were blown with that with the Ahsoka episode, and then this week it just ah okay. So hear me out, right? Because
Yep.
I have been a strong critic of Boba Fett, and that is no secret that I've talked about it on the show. I think that they finally did justice to the character, and we finally got to see the on the unquestionable badassery that was Boba Fett's supposed to be back when in the original trilogy, because he was the number one bounty hunter, right?
Yeah.
That's why he got picked by Vader to do his crap, because he was the guy. So we finally see Boba Fett in full action. So I really like this episode. This episode was super solid. It was super convenient that they made it to Tython and just like, oh, there's the rock. It's like, great, yeah, we're not even gonna look for this rock. It's right there. And then everything happened. So as soon as I saw Slave One, I knew that this was gonna be a fantastic episode, man. But go ahead, I can keep going, but I'm gonna let you talk for a bit.
No, no, you're fine, man. Star Wars is what is something that you and I are both extremely passionate about. Dude's wearing the Last Jedi cap if you're
I
watching
don't
the video
care.
version. He's got four, well that's no that's Rise Skywalker
Got
poster back
Rasai
there.
Skywalker,
I mean,
New Hope
is that
stuff.
Attack of the Clones, the other one?
No, that's New Hope and Empire. Still from Empire.
That's New Hope right above Empire?
Yeah, it's New Hope. That's New Hope Special Edition. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't tell from here.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, and I'm wearing like a faded Darth Vader shirt that I've had for like a long time, and it's so old, it's literally faded. You could barely see it. Yeah, man, I felt like this episode was one of those surprises where you expected to get less because you had greatness before, and
I said it. I was like, I'm tempering my expectations. I don't expect much out of this episode.
right, and it's funny because like when the episode started and he starts talking about, he's talking to the child and he's like, hey, I don't want to leave you, like, but like this is what we got to do here. You need to learn the ways. I can't teach you. Blah 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 blah. He's having a full, very cute conversation. But like in the back of my mind, as a Star Wars fan, all you're thinking about is what's going to happen next. A cute moment, but like you're thinking about the connective tissues of what's going to happen next. And I mean, you and I said on the episode before, like these guys are going to have to instantly jump right into going to Typha. Like there's no need for a side quest right now. You need to go to Typhon right now and just take him right there and waste no time,
So I
dude.
skip those side quests, man. Yeah.
Right. Because let's be real, most shows would be like, this is real. Like we know this is what the the climactic moment that they set up. Okay, reach out in the Force and a Jedi's gonna come to you. You're thinking that would be like a finale-esque kind of thing,
Yeah.
and they don't waste no time in this episode getting directly into it. By the way, we didn't even preface any of this with spoilers, but guys, we're getting deep into this stuff. There's
too late for that, man.
Too late for that.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't been on the internet for the next like 5 days, then it's
yeah, we can't be the first one to spoil it.
No, absolutely not. So what's crazy is that because based on last season, right, episode 7 was, in my opinion, the weakest episode, and then this is like, they're not playing around, man. They are not playing around.
The moment you get from, and I mean I think you and I both been on the same page. We like every episode of season 2 so far, but I think when you get from the siege to where we are now, there was a shift that happened there when we started getting into learning about why the Empire wants the child and the importance of it. It's like, yes, he has the Force, but what are they going to do with him? I mean, clearly there's no Dark Lord that would be taking him on as an apprentice or something. If that was the case, you would have seen that, right? Like, what is the importance behind it? You would think they would just either A, just want the kid straight up dead, or B, want him to work for them, and neither of those things are the case. They straight up want his midichlorians, his high M count, his blood, right? This transfusion of life and power.
They want Palpy back,
evil being, right? They want Palpatine back. They want Snoke. They want all that stuff that we know is connected.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we have those kinds of revelations from the siege going into. We went to last week's episode with Ahsoka, knowing what now from the plans from, the light side of the Force would be for this child. That would not be one of bringing back the Dark Lord. I do feel like they are getting to a place now where you can no longer just name drop these really cool stuff. Now we're going to start seeing it. So you thought this last episode was really awesome, which was just awesome straight because, first of all, we have Boba Fett. This dude coming back and playing Boba Fett was really a really splendid moment.
Yeah.
Yes, does he look like he might have, eaten a few too many, treats on the way? Sure, but it doesn't matter for us fans. We're pretty excited that we got Boba Fett.
Yeah,
I got you to
and Fennec Shan back. We knew she was gonna be back, right? We just didn't know in what capacity. And I think it was great. And we have an update on that from today, based on
yes.
I'm trying to contain myself because it's too much. Yeah, it's too much.
So some of the last stuff I really thought about there is when we see the child using the Force and he's throwing the guards around. That's kind of like my closing argument of what I think setting up for the future is. A few people I've talked about before. Now I'm starting to think that it wasn't a Jedi that rescued this child from the temple. Because when you start talking about a child of the Force, when he started Force choking, in the first season, to this one character and continue on, like these are not things that you learn from the Jedi.
What's Anakin?
That's what I'm starting to lead. And then that leads to today's announcement. That's I think this is the connection we're finding to the Obi-Wan series that you and I alluded to.
Had to be Anakin. Yeah, had to be Anakin because he was the one inside the Jedi Temple at that time, right? Unless he was
there was 4 people. Palpatine was there, Anakin was there, Yoda and
Obi-Wan.
That
Obi-Wan got there later,
making it at some point later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the other speculation is that the one that hit him was Yocasta, the lady Jedi that
librarian.
Keeps the librarian. Yeah. So
we could be. I'm pretty sure she's dead.
Yeah. There's a deleted scene. No, it's not a deleted scene, man. I just remember where it's from. It's from the Revenge of the Sith video game. That Anakin goes in the temple and kills her. Like when
it had to happen, right?
Yeah. Because she was there, right? She's the keeper of the Jedi, the archives.
Till death do her part, man. She was protecting those holocrons.
Yeah.
Knowledge of the Force.
So, Boba gets his armor back. Of course, we all knew that was gonna happen. As soon as he showed up, it's like, oh, he's getting his armor back, and we're gonna go full Boba Fett here, and it was great. I think the thing with the costume, Joel, I think it's that just because of continuity, they put the armor on top of the robes that he was wearing, and that made him he didn't fit properly. But I think it's gonna like next time we see him like full on costume is gonna probably look a little bit better. It's fine still. Uh, and of course we get the Racer Crest gets blown to pieces. There's like it's completely destroyed this time. There's no going back. We can't repair this thing.
Which forces you out. You just have to fly on the Slave One.
Yeah, gotta
We're
find
so upset
style
about
now.
this.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting to see more of the Slave One. So I think well, I mean, at some point is gonna have to get a new ship. And we'll have to wait and see. I guess towards the at the end of the season, maybe the beginning of next season, when that happens. Death Troopers or not Death Troopers? I'm sorry, Dark Troopers. So yeah,
Dark
what
Troopers.
was right on the money
We
on
called
that?
it.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. They do look a little bit different. They look a little bit more Iron Man-y. That's very Favreau. So they look very Favreau. Um, and but they still look good. They fit. Um, and that was it. Basically they grab the kid, they fly off, and that's all we see of them. We don't really see them in action. We'll probably get to see them like against Ahsoka or someone that's more menacing or at least stronger than just Boba Fett and Din Djarin. So we'll probably get to see those in action later. Um,
Can
yeah,
I
go
add
ahead.
one other thing about
Yeah,
Boba Fett really briefly here is
of course, man.
also the revelation of when he's talking to Mando at the end and he's saying how I have to now complete my promise to you, rescuing the child and all that. But he has a moment where when he has his armor on, where he exposes on his arm guard hologram, whatever you want to call it, arm on his armor.
The
He
code,
exposes
yeah, the
his
code, yeah.
father was a part of the founders of the Mandalorians. Now that's really interesting. It changes a lot of stuff from what George Lucas's original intents. I'm sure that they probably got George's blessing when we got Filoni involved on this as one of the people
Yeah.
who is George's golden boy. So I could totally see them being cool with it, and it fixes a lot of things. It changes things, but it fixes a lot of things
So
as
yeah.
well.
So my understanding on that is that there was a comic after episode 2 came out that talked about him fighting in the Civil War and all that was mentioned in this episode, and that was retconned during Clone Wars. When it was like, oh, when Obi-Wan goes to Mandalore, it's like, oh yeah, but Jango Fett is like, oh no, he was just a dude, a common criminal and whatnot, right? But
Right.
they retcon, so it's been double retconned now back to what the original storyline was, where he was a Mando, and then just after the Civil War, he just went off and did his thing, and he was not necessarily a bad guy; he was a bounty hunter, right? And that's where he was there for the money, right? It's like, all right, so whoever got the money, that's who I'm going to be working for. In his case, it was with Dooku. In Boba Fett's case, it was with Jabba. So that was the case. But yeah, that was pretty cool that they acknowledged that they mentioned Django, and it's gonna be weird. Like again, we're going back like this all this mentioning of Django Fett. We're going back to what we speculated last week, or what we sort of like our crazy theory that Mace Windu's gonna be back, because the Boba Fett has a strong connection to Mace Windu because of what happened to Jango Fett.
Yeah. Real
um,
strong.
also if you haven't seen Clone Wars, and if you're wondering, Ahsoka and Boba Fett know each other because I believe two times there were two different times where they came together. One when they were trying to assassinate Padme, and I can't remember the other one. I don't know if you remember, but there was another time that they came face to face too. So
Bo-Katan also should know him too.
yeah, yeah, yep. So there's that. Lots of stuff, man. It's good. It's so
There,
good.
there's so much. I mean, we could go on and on about this for a long time. We spent a lot of last week talking basically just Mandalorian. There's
Pretty
much to be
much.
said, man.
Yeah, pretty
And I'm
much.
sure we'll there after tomorrow we're gonna have a whole lot more again.
Next week again, yeah. Uh, all right. So Game Awards, nothing of any interest has popped up yet, so we're good there. All right. So Joe, let's talk about Spider-Man. Everyone comes home. It's the working title for the third Spider-Man movie. Uh, was it Tuesday or Monday that the news broke about Molina, Alfred Molina coming back?
So it happened, I want to say on
It
Monday.
was It was Monday morning,
I think
right?
it was
Or
Monday.
yeah, it was Monday morning. It broke that Alfred Molina is gonna be back as Doc Ock for the next Spider-Man. And then we were on chat. We were at work, so but on our team chat, we're like, "Yo, it's Spider Verse is happening," and I said it's only a matter of time until they announced the rest. And then after that, I said, "Could you imagine them getting Kirsten Dunst?"
Yeah, just throwing it out there.
Yeah, and then well, it's like 4 hours later, and everyone's back. So not only Alfred Molina is back, but Tobey Maguire is back, Andrew Garfield is back, and Kirsten Dunst is back, and I guess Emma Stone is back.
I just heard that today.
Based on what I heard, yeah. And then yesterday afternoon, Daredevil's back. Like everyone's back, and everyone's gonna be on this freaking movie, man. Dude, they're gonna fix the ending for Amazing Spider-Man 2. They're gonna fix it. They're gonna fix it. They're gonna fix it.
Honestly, dude, like I it's like, are we worthy of
I
this
can't
as
believe it, dude.
fans?
I'm
Like what
talking,
Marvel and these guys are doing? Like,
bro.
because you asked me this just a year ago, and I was like, that's a fan theory. Come on, like that sounds so cool. And I would love it to be true, but it's like too good to be true. It feels like, and it just keeps getting better and better. You know, when they talked about, we talked was initially when the news about potentially, Maguire and Garfield joining up with Tom Holland in his
Hmm.
Spider-Man 3 movie. We're like, okay, this is gonna be I think I had mentioned before. I thought it would be like an Avengers level kind of movie because we're talking about having Doctor Strange joining into this movie with three Spider-Men. Probably Venom being in this movie.
Yep.
There's maybe Morbius will be in this movie. Maybe,
Carnage.
maybe. Well, I know Carnage. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things that we probably haven't put our heads together. Now, then we start talking about things that we love, right? Like we from the Tobey Maguire movie, Spider-Man 2 is one of the greatest superhero comic book movies ever. Period. And so when you start talking about putting Doc Ock from that movie, exact same actor, bringing him in here, it could be for 2 scenes, and that already puts nerds in seats. Just that alone, I'm like, I need Rona to get out of here because that needs to be experienced on a screen.
You'll need to wear those friggin' masks and get those shots next year. Don't be stupid, man. You guys need to stop this craziness.
This has got to end. It. We the people can end this. Guys.
Yeah,
Do the
exactly.
Right thing. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where we're talking about, like, again, bringing in Daredevil into this, right? When that happened, I messaged you about that. I was like, do you believe that this probably has to do with, again, things that we'd heard before of She-Hulk, or Daredevil being in there because there was going to need an attorney? Well, that makes sense. I mean, you're talking about the very end of the Spider-Man 2 movie, Far From Home, where if he gets exposed as his identity, right? Then, I mean, yeah, attorney's probably going to be needed for a few reasons. He doesn't have Tony Stark to protect him. We know that. That's dark
for now.
True for now. I mean, dude, what's the chances that we even have Tom Cruise's Tony Stark just
Joel, shut
open a
up.
portal or
Shut
It's, I
up,
mean, like the
dude.
possibilities start to get crazy. What if they throw Miles Morales in this movie? At this
That's
point,
it is
the
a
news
possibility.
the news has become so positive that it sounds so comic booky, but it's like from legit places that like I could wake up tomorrow and they're just like, you know what, guys, we're going with, Hugh Jackman being in the movie, and I wouldn't even be surprised
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it's just
Uh,
getting this good. So my expectations are like sky high. I got the Spider-Man portrait behind me. Any of you that know me personally, that's my boy. That's the reason I got into reading the books, was because of him.
they're gonna
Pat
like
Diamond's
next week. Next week
dad.
is gonna be the actor that played Spider-Man. The '70s series is back for this movie, and then
I'll,
the
I'll take it.
actor that played Spider-Man from Japan is gonna be in this movie. It's like all
Anyone
of
that
them.
has been Spider-Man ever
Yep,
in
yep,
this movie.
exactly.
By the
Oh man.
not to get away, because I think is kind of getting buried in the news a little bit right now. That's with all the stuff that's going on.
Yep.
Just about an hour ago, we just also found out that John Watts is going to be doing the Fantastic Four movie.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, 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 yeah. So that
uh,
we could see the Fantastic Four in this movie.
right? Because
Be-
this is the same guy who's making the Spider-Man movies.
yep, 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 yep.
Dude, shut it down.
Well, I mean,
And we haven't even started getting into Star Wars
if
stuff,
there's
dude.
anyone in other than Doctor Strange in the Marvel universe that understands intergalactic and interdimensional travel, it's the Fantastic Four. So
Absolutely.
in some capacity, they're probably gonna be there, dude. I don't even know, man. I am I so I feel like I'm a kid again.
Yeah, I feel giddy, dude.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. It's nuts, man. Because we talked about it offline and we, at least had an opportunity to have lunch today because we haven't had lunch in like 9 months.
Yeah, it was good seeing you, man.
Yeah, man.
But
But we sort of like did not talk about this at length. We did it on purpose. It's like, no, let's not talk about this. We'll express our feelings tonight because it's too much. Um, I am just so excited, and now that not to get ahead of ourselves, but with the announcement that Disney Plus is going to have 18 plus content now, we have the possibility of Daredevil being on Disney Plus, and we have the possibility of Punisher, as freaking violent as that was, uh, on Disney Plus. So there is that possibility. Um, I am so excited and so happy, man, that this is happening. This again. This is we probably won't be able. We won't see anything for the next like 2 years. Like this thing's probably gonna be out like 2023 because they're probably gonna make sure that this hits theaters. They're not gonna
this is
wing
in
it.
theaters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
filming it now. It's how they knew that Molina was even there, because they spotted him on set,
Yeah.
and that's where the confirmation started coming through from sources on set.
Yeah.
But
So this is
um,
this is like summer, or this is probably gonna be like Christmas 2022 at least.
yeah, I can
Cause
see that.
yeah, at least. Um, I'm so excited.
And whatever this, like, my mind starts going crazy, dude, because I'm starting to think of different comic book storylines. I'm starting to think of Secret Wars already being completely set up here. We start looking at why Spider-Man was signed up, why Tom Holland, excuse me, was signed up for both this movie and an Avengers level MCU movie. So there's a lot of intentional stuff going on here. There's a lot of chess being played by the folks over at Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige and team.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see that for the first time Feige's picking from the TV stuff and pulling it into the movies, because it hadn't been played like that before. Usually that was Jeff Loeb's world. So yeah, man, much can be said, but
Yep.
my expectations are through the roof.
Yeah. Do you see that Rachel McAdams is gonna be back on Doctor Strange too?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought she was gonna be a one-off because I think, in my opinion, she was the weakest point of that movie because of the chemistry. But
Yeah. But
looks
I
like
mean,
they're
think
gonna make it
about it. If
work.
you can have Jane Foster come back, I mean, you can have her come back. Like, not to,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
put them
yeah,
in
yeah.
kind of in the same kind of bubble of characters,
That's
right?
true. That's true. Um, yeah, you know what's still in the air is like what's gonna happen to Black Panther that we still don't know.
Yeah.
Um, dude, look, you want to talk about the Hawkeye pictures that got out there,
Of
the for the
course, yeah.
series? Yeah,
Yeah.
so a lot of you know, Kate Bishop being in the you know in the series, a lot of stuff from Hawkeye got leaked out there, and
It was on
it's
purpose.
Hawkeye, yeah, yeah. So
Leaked.
that's very interesting. You know, oh here we go. So let's do the shows that got announced today. The Marvel. Let's start with
Go through it. Go
since we're
through it.
talking Marvel, we'll do that. So Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and I Am Groot, which I am assuming is animated. So those are the big announcements. You know, of course, they're working on other stuff like
They didn't even talk
Blade,
about the Moon Knight stuff
Moon
more.
Knight. Yeah, yeah, they just
Oscar
touched on it.
Isaac.
Yeah, yep. Also, by the way, Oscar Isaac cast as Solid Snake in the
In
Metal
other
Gear
news,
movie. In other news, because this happened the day after we recorded, and talk about also like great casting, man. Because
so good.
I think he would be a really good Solid Snake. Uh, Again, as I mentioned, I think Solid Snake is not really the strong point of the Metal Gear series. I think the supporting cast, you know, Otacon, Ocelot, Meryl to some extent, those are the people that really move the story forward. Especially when you talk about Metal Gear Solid, the in modern terms, right? You know, Otacon and Ocelot are the ones that are really moving the story forward. If you go back in time to like the Big Boss area, it's basically Miller and Ocelot moving the story forward for you. So, it, as if they get the supporting cast right, then I will get like really excited about it. So we'll see. But not much to say. It's just a casting note. The
A
movie's
great
been,
casting note.
yeah. I guess Hideo Kojima's producing, so that's the thing, right? So we can expect uh, the thing to be pretty faithful
Do
to the
you
source
think there's
material.
still a chance we could see another Metal Gear game come forth? I mean, if this does
So
commercially well as a movie, right? You can't imagine them not capitalizing on it with
so
literal capital.
there's still rumors that Bluepoint is still working on that Metal Gear remake, and you know that after the Demon Souls remake they did for PS5, that's like they've already had people working on it, but they're moving into actually full production on that now that Demon Souls out, and then that Silent Hill is gonna be done as well, but not by Bluepoint. Is I guess Silent Hill is gonna be done by a different team, but yeah. There's definitely a possibility. I think the series is gonna come back from the dead. Like it's gonna get like a full remake slash reboot thing. So, um, man, it's a lot of stuff going
So,
on with
so
Marvel.
from the
Yeah.
Marvel announcements that you just ran through on the list there, I think one of the more interesting one is the Ironheart announcements, purely because let's be real, the very heart of the MCU was Iron Man. He's the guy who started this Marvel Studios endeavor. And since he's been gone, I think fans have been clamoring for more Iron Man. It's a nice way to appeal to the Iron Man fans, giving them more Iron Man content, similar to the way they're doing with Captain America, of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right? Like you're giving that Captain America fan still their world to continue to have fun with.
Yep.
And in that Iron Heart series, don't be surprised that right now they're negotiating with Robert Downey Jr. to do some kind of like holographic
Oh.
thing or something, dude. Because that's what I mean. Would be very accurate if you go that point. What if she's one of the MIT students that we saw in Civil War? You know, when he's out there talking about his, barf technology, right, to be able to, reimagine the events of, unfortunately, of his parents passing. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of connective tissue there, and at this point, I do fully expect, if you're seeing from the movie world actors go onto the smaller screen from TV, I think it will work both ways, where you see from the TV world them go to the big screen as well. So, um, you know, there's a lot more to come. I think even the announcement alone, the stuff with Hawkeye, like you were talking about with his daughter Kate Bishop, like you have to assume there is no way that they're not setting up the next Avengers. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
like Marvel's thinking so many steps ahead right now. They're probably like in no exaggeration, like 2030 right now with stuff at the
For the
minimum.
next 10 years, yeah, at
I mean,
least.
that's just the way they do business.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, it's like I don't know what to say, dude. It's like it sounds too good to be true.
Christmas came to us on December 10th.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. The whole Spider-Man thing. It just keep every day. We get something like this week. We've gotten something every day. Um, and I think it's just amazing that it's happening. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, dude. It's just awesome. It's just awesome.
I'm so hyped talking about this. I haven't even checked the Game Awards for any updates.
There is not a lot going on.
Okay, so
There's
we're
a
safe.
there's a they're showing an EA respawn game that looks like a World War II game.
It's on the Oculus, yeah.
Yeah. So, but they really haven't showed anything that's like holy crap. Uh, yeah. It's just been for some reason. So, Joe, you want to talk Star Wars? I'm go- I'm gonna look
I'll talk
up.
Star Wars any day, man. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna let me look up a full
A rundown
article
so we don't miss anything.
because it's too much, dude. It's too much.
Oh man,
Okay. All right.
there was like a CNBC article I had, and it's just all over the place. I'm like, I need something clearly laid
It
out Star Wars.
it's
'Cause
on StarWars.com.
okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm pulling up my said.
yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go in the order that it's on the site because it's a ton of stuff, and I don't want to miss anything. Okay. Rogue Squadron. So that's gonna be the next Star Wars movie,
Yes,
directed by Patty Jenkins. I am really excited about this show.
2023.
I'm really excited. So we're getting our Star Wars break from the movie theater, but not from TV, which is awesome. Um, and yeah, so there is a Rogue Squadron movie in the works. We can only assume that this is potentially partially inspired by the Star Wars Squadrons game that's out there right now. So maybe we can see Harrison Dula in this movie.
I would fully expect Harrison Dula.
Yeah. Now, if this is a Rogue Squadron movie, um, we gotta have Wedge.
Oh yeah,
So like
Wedge Antilles.
Wedge gotta be there. Like he's gotta be top tier. Um, like pretty much the protagonist of the movie because he was the guy in Rogue Squadron, right? Um, I mean, it's there, yeah. Like Rogue Squadron. I mean, we know like, that the games that came out on GameCube touched on that. Not much of a story there, but it does, you know, bring back some of the Legends stuff. So it looks like they're looking to add some of that canon back from like the N64 GameCube era of Star Wars games. But yeah, not much to say there. 2023.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Patty Jenkins was supposed to be. I don't know if you remember this, but back when Thor: The Dark World was being worked on, she was originally tapped to direct that movie, write and direct that movie, and she ended up leaving. And we were like, "What did she leave for?" And now, obviously, later on, we find out Warner's tapped her, and ended up bringing her over for for Wonder Woman, right? So I didn't think that she'd be back with Disney. Clearly, Disney was able to woo her back. Not saying she's not working with Warner's. I mean, we see this now with James Gunn and
Yeah.
all this, right? They're playing nice together. But that's a huge move to get a director of her caliber to come on over to a competitive production company and one of the largest IPs ever, Star Wars, and being the first movie to come to be since the end of the last trilogy.
They just announced a new Mass Effect, but just said Mass Effect will continue, but no other info.
That's
So
big for fans at the Game Awards there because the last one was not good.
Andromeda was it, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like in the dollar bin section
you can
now.
buy it at like Five Below.
Yeah.
You can get that. That and Anthem. Oh my god,
Oh man.
poor
Ooh.
guys, man. Need to catch a break.
Hopefully, this new Mass Effect will be good.
Yeah, yeah. So, moving on from Rogue Squadron, we get some info on the Obi-Wan series. Of course, we know that it's already started filming. But the big news, Joel, is that Hayden Christensen is going to be back as Darth Vader.
Woo! Let's go.
Finally.
Woo!
So, and based on what Kennedy said, it's like, this is the rematch you've always been waiting for. So, because takes place 10 years after
10 years.
10 years after Revenge of the Sith, so 9 years before episode 4. So we're gonna get the fight we didn't get. We're gonna get the what's it the scene 34, like that reimagine fight.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that, Joe. I'm gonna,
I can't, man. I can't right now,
I
bro.
don't-
I can't do this.
dude, freaking back my favorite Star Wars character. And they're gonna do it, like they're gonna like full on do it, like
Right. Because first of all, you and I both, Obi-Wan is our Star Wars guy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
our boy. Darth Vader is clearly one of the most prolific, if not the most prolific Star Wars character there is. You know, you put him in front of anyone, they're like, that's Darth Vader. I mean, just it's up there with Superman and Batman. You just recognize him right away. So they better be bringing the cash on this show, bro, because I know that they had to restart, the filming process
Yeah.
and rewriting. This cannot be messed up, bro, because
Bro.
Star Wars fans will never forgive you if you mess up bringing back Hayden Christensen and Ian McGregor for the rematch. Let's go.
So do you think they're gonna be able to get James Earl Jones back? He's like a billion
Yes.
years old
Yes,
now.
he will do it, man. They've gotten him back for Rebels and
Rogue One.
they had him in Clone Wars, so Rogue One, the movie
Rogue
as
One.
well. He's come back for several different times now over the last couple years as it's been spaced out. If the man still got air in his lungs, and the dude just did the Lion King, not even that long ago.
Yeah, you're
That
right,
was,
you're right.
like he's James. We just need you to speak into that mic, and we're ready. We're ready, man. But that's the other half of it. Will we see him? Will we see the tortured Vader that more of the books get into, where when
Yeah.
when he's in the BAFTA tanks and all this, and he's not wearing the suit because whenever he wears the suit, he's physically in pain the entire time.
Yeah, yeah,
There's literally being needles shot into him as he's wearing it, right?
yeah.
It's not for comfort.
Yep.
So I'd be cool, like kind of like how in Rebels, we get those scenes where the mask gets cut off and we see
Yeah.
Anakin and Vader. Can they do something like? I mean, you can't get Hayden Christensen to just wear the armor and not let us see Hayden.
No, we're
Christensen at
gonna
some point.
see him.
We're gonna
Like,
see the.
like we're gonna see him either. It's either gonna be we're gonna see them in both. Like we're gonna see him in flashbacks. Like they're gonna have flashbacks to them wearing their Clone Wars armor because we've never seen it. We're probably gonna get that, and then we're gonna get the the Vader, whether it be him meditating or doing something, or getting his armor messed up. So we may see that.
How
So
many years is Rebels between the first beginning of Rebels between that and
it's
Revenge
fifth.
of the Sith?
It says 15 years, and then
Okay.
there's a like a 2 year time jump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Man, my mind's just because we didn't have this on the docket because we didn't think that there was gonna be Darth Vader news today like this, but I'm sure go as we get more information, we'll dive into it deeper. Initial reactions, love it. A lot of speculation as to this rematch. It only makes sense from a standpoint of the timeline because there's no way that Obi-Wan would just be able to hide himself for all those years and Vader not be searching for the man that
yeah,
beat him in
yep.
essence and
I
Mustafar.
mean, maybe he
The same
left.
way Maul did.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we're probably. I mean, see, the thing is that I don't see Vader returning to Tatooine for that.
No, I don't
So
think so
he's
either.
probably gonna have to lure him out somehow, and that's when stuff's gonna happen.
They'll explain. They'll have to explain,
Yeah.
what Obi-Wan set up on Tatooine as some. He had to have contingency plans and all this stuff set up.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Because he, yeah, you. I mean,
He didn't
and
just
you
go
saw it.
there and set up his Netflix account and just sit back and be like, "All right, if the bad guys show up, I got a laser sword." No,
Yeah.
he's a smart Jedi from the
Yep.
Jedi Council.
Yep. Um. Yeah. I'm so excited about that. No date on that yet, right? But we're assuming it's gonna be sometime next year or sometime.
Yeah, because initially it was supposed to be like March of next year or something like that. Obviously, that ain't the
I mean,
case,
it
but
started filming now. It's probably gonna be like either end of next year or or like after Mando season 3, probably.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. But another thing that could be coming after Mando season 3 is the obvious one, right? It's the Ahsoka series that got announced again. So that this one was like the non-surprise out of everything. Because we knew that they were gonna spin this off, man. There was no way that they were gonna sit on this and not spin it off. So Ahsoka's getting her own series, based on the logo. The logo looks like a map, right? Again, we're going back to looking for Thrawn and looking for Ezra. So this could very well take place, you know, after the epilogue of Rebels, or it could be like an in between sort of thing, or it could be both. Like it could be this starts, you know, right before the epilogue of Rebels. She finds out where Thrawn is. She goes to Sabine. We see her. We get the last scene of Rebels recreated, and then we leave, and then we do the Ahsoka thing. Um,
So,
yeah,
so what I like, there's a pure like from the setup of timeline. Like you clearly have to make this basically your live action Rebels kind of show, like the events after Rebels, right? This has to be that, and that was something you and I briefly talked about earlier today. We were like, okay, like the Rebels thing being live action instead. I think.
Game Awards is
Um.
over.
Oh wow, that's it.
That's it.
Mass Effect.
Rip.
But my message, my PSA, my message to you, my lovely fans and followers here of No Load Time is if you have not yet watched Star Wars The Clone Wars the animated series, Star Wars Rebels, what are you doing? Get on that now. You have to watch those. If that episode with Ahsoka Tano in live action form on The Mandalorian didn't get you to want to watch the show, you have to watch that stuff now because they are not going to be wasting any time with lore
No,
when you start jumping into shows like this.
absolutely not.
When something else being announced, I mean, Mandalorian already now is just basically, they're not leaving the casuals behind, but they're not pandering. They're going fully straight into the lore and trying to make it as comfortable as they can for people who don't know. But like they're going for it, and I think this is what Star Wars fans have been asking, right? They're like, don't like this whole idea of creating a new set of movies and stuff to appeal to a new audience is not the kind of direction they want. They want you to appeal to their existing audience, which is one of the biggest fandoms in the world ever, and still exists very strong today, if not
Yeah.
stronger.
I would say, and I was gonna say, you can probably start Clone Wars at season 3, but there's some character development, not necessarily for Ahsoka, because there
Not that
is
hard to get through though. The first few,
no,
I mean, it's not quality's not good, but they're like not long episodes.
no, they're not long episodes.
Just let
You
'em
can get
run.
through them real quick. I think the more character development that we get the which is the most important the most important character in the first 2 seasons is Rex. Flat
Yeah.
out. After that, Ahsoka becomes the more important character.
In fact, most fans didn't like Ahsoka from her for the first time
No?
they saw her. They hated her.
Yeah,
Like this annoying little character with Anakin, and she just became.
yeah. It was after the redesign. Yeah, she got redesigned, and that's when fans were like, "Oh, okay, I kind of like it." And then this last season happened, and that really cemented Ahsoka into like, oh, fans really love
What's
her
the
now.
chances Ahsoka shows up, even if it is flashback sequences in that Obi-Wan series?
Oh, Joe, I did not think about that.
If they can bring all three of those characters on the screen at one for one moment,
Oh my god, dude.
like Clone Wars fans
I
would,
would cry.
I would be, nah, man.
Like I saw a lot of people,
I can't get my expectations too high, dude.
bro. I saw reactions of people crying with Boba Fett when
Yeah.
he got his armor back. Um,
If you have the three of them standing together,
oh, dude, are you serious?
some kind of battle out there, yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, just for a moment with like battle droids. Like it could be
Yeah.
them fighting random like useless battle droids, Roger Rogers and
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
guys, right?
It doesn't matter.
Or even just recreate a scene. Like pick a scene from Clone Wars and recreate it.
I,
Wow.
and then now my mind's starting to go into different scenes that they could do, dude.
Joe, going back to Obi-Wan, what are the chances we get to see Hondo?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because he's a big part of
Yeah.
of the Disney
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge. So what are the chances we actually get to see Hondo?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm trying to remember what was it recently. Oh, it was that Lego thing I saw where they made a reference to Batu. But yeah, I mean, like,
Oh really? Okay.
yeah,
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's
Yeah, I
cute.
heard it's funny. Yeah, I heard it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. It's a good connection to all the movies. But yeah, I could see them doing something like that. That would be very like Kathleen Kennedy and to try and build, which is a marketing move, right? You can't blame any executive for wanting to do that.
Yeah, seriously.
Hondo was totally a part of the canon. You're not, shoehorning him.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he's the one that takes Obi-Wan off of Tatooine and gets baited or something, right? So,
Show
it's pretty
Hondo's death or something. I don't know, man.
bro, I didn't put it together because we already have Ahsoka, right? Like I didn't
Right.
it didn't even
Right.
click, bro. Because he's so recent that it just didn't. I didn't even have time to process it.
That's what I'm saying. If we're gonna have more
Crap.
processing over
Oh,
these next few
man.
days, we're gonna be you and I are gonna be texting quite a bit.
Rangers of the New Republic. So this is basically around the same time as Mando, as we see the New Republic reaching out to the Outer Rim planets and trying to establish some sort of law and order in the system. So that's probably what it is. It's gonna be Cobb Vanth and this
They
guy's
make it.
doing
They're
stuff.
making it extremely clear. This is a direct Mandalorian spinoff. So there will be a lot of setup, and there's going to be some unanswered things that I imagine are coming between now and season 3 or whatever it is that they've got laid out. That you're going to be going like, I wonder what their story or what that story is. Clearly, there's going to be some MacGuffins and other maybe even people that that cross into it. So I think this is one of those ones that we don't know enough information of, except that it's heavily connected. I mean, the wording was it would intersect with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's plans, so I'm sure they're very involved in the setup of that show. So yeah, more Mando style stuff. We're here for it,
Man. Lando. So we knew about Lando, and there's not much to go on. We've already known about this one, so no surprise there. Childish Gambino's gonna be back.
Will they bring back the Han actor?
So did you see?
I'm just thinking. I don't know.
Do you see the Solo 2 thing that was trending a few weeks ago?
Yes, dude.
People want the guy back.
People want it to happen.
Okay.
Well, what if they turn the Lando TV show basically into Solo 2? You can use it under the guise of that. Totally.
They could. They definitely could.
You would have more time to do more things. You would, at that point, again, like you could bring Maul into that show and finish out the closure of what you were setting up in that movie, and have his Crimson Dawn group that we see from Clone Wars season 7. What happened to those guys?
Yeah.
And Lando's direct involvement. It's getting sweaty, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here.
Yep. So, Andor is the Cassian Andor series that we know has been in the work too. This is 2022. One can assume it's probably going to be like a summer 2022. Because, dude, we're like starting next year, right? We're going to get Star Wars all year, basically. Yeah. Like, we're going to get Mando, and we're probably going to get Obi-Wan, and we're probably going to get Andor. And that's how they're going to do it for the rest of the year. I don't want
to hear about any Star Wars fatigue from anybody.
It's going to happen, man.
It's going to be a lot.
But you're taking a different approach, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think fatigue just happens because it's too much Star Wars. It happens if it's not good Star Wars.
That's exactly right. So that's happening. They had like a sneak peek sort of thing. Not much to say there.
Yeah, to be honest, that's probably one of the series that I'm not saying I'm not happy about, but it's one of the series that I'm like, cool. Didn't really care, so you just gave me another toss, and it's a little stocking stuffer gift for me. More Star Wars in my life. I'm happy. Cool.
The Bad Batch, we've known about that. So this is going to be technically Clone Wars Season 8, technically. So we see what happened to the Bad Batch after the Empire, after the Emperor takes over.
Did you watch the reel for that?
Yep.
Bro,
looks good. And
that's not no little side animated show, bro.
This is a full on, like, that's why I said is like this is Clone Wars Season 8. This is
Clone Wars continue.
Basically. Yeah. Fennec Shan, again, she's there. She's with the guys. So we're gonna get backstory. More than likely Ming-Na is gonna voice her again. So it's gonna be good. So we're gonna get backstory on her, and that's cool. Visions is the one that I didn't understand that well. I was doing a few things, but I think this is like the have you ever seen those like anime type like things that they've doing for Star Wars? They have like the
Forces of Destiny and these other ones that they kind of put out there. These are going to be what, like they say 10-minute long, or no, 10 visions, excuse me, was the wording that they used. Yeah. But it does seem to be like it's going to be in an anime style. It's just going to be Japanese anime.
It's going to be anime.
It's just going to be little visions of the Force, little quick moments. I don't know if it's going to be moments we've already seen recreated anime, or if it's going to be new moments that are just going to be Star Wars-esque in the spirit of Star Wars. I don't know what to make of this.
They better have Studio Trigger do the one. They better.
Yeah.
They better have. Yeah.
Do you remember the Clone Wars? Star Wars: The Clone Wars, but it was
the Cartoon Network Star Wars.
Yes, the Cartoon Network one, the original. Yeah. I liked those, dude.
I like them too. Yeah, they're not canon.
Yeah,
they're not canon after the real Clone Wars came out. But they had some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
like how like why Grievous was coughing because Mace Windu did like a force punch on his chest and like damaged his that all that was pretty cool. Um, they did some interesting things there. You know what? It's funny because I actually watched a couple of episodes recently. Not I want it, and by recently I want to say like 6 months ago. Um, and they are funky, like it's like
Of
oh
that
this is like
same Cartoon
yeah
Network
of
thing.
those
Oh,
yeah.
cool, cool.
They are a little bit funky. They're not like as good as I remember them being at
Okay.
the
It
time.
seems better in memory than in an actual.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do some interesting things. But I think the Clone Wars, the Filoni
Oh, that's yeah, it's
series
much better.
is much superior.
Oh yeah.
Um, you know, yep, that's cool. But yeah, if they're talking about leading anime studios, they better have Mad and Trigger do some stuff because you guys gotta bring those guys in and do some Star Wars stuff. A droid story. So this is gonna be an animated show about droids, basically. Um,
Is it a show or it's a movie? Because that's something I didn't understand. And the new stories, yeah.
so it's
I,
stories, yeah.
I,
So it may be
I've,
shorts, it may be
yeah.
something. So this is probably gonna be like Pixar shorts, more than likely.
This is where we need to be a member of the press so we can ask these questions to these
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. Because it's not,
Disney invite us to these press junkets so we can
yeah, because it's not
ask the real
necessarily,
questions.
yeah, it's not necessarily clear on what
No,
this is. Yeah, this is the only one that they were like super vague
it's like
on what
that
they said.
technically could be a one-off special feature, but I don't know.
So something that's not listed here, it's Acolytes. It's the Leslie
Yep,
Headland project. So that's not listed here for some
not on
reason.
the website, but it is on their social media. Star Wars.
Yeah. That's confirmed to be sort of like a murder mystery thing set in the not old Republic, but is it the Grand Republic or the
Yes.
yeah. So they've confirmed that. That's the one that I didn't see listed here for some reason. Um, Other than Star Wars, Joe, Lucasfilm is they have a few other projects. The two listed here, then I think these are the two more important ones. Is what they're calling the final installment in the Indiana Jones series. That's gonna be directed by James Mangold. No info on that. It will begin shooting next year for a summer 2022 release. And there's a Willow movie going out, or Willow sequel coming out. And that's again Willow being a movie by Ron Howard. That's starting Warwick Davis and Val Kilmer. Pretty good movie. Haven't seen it in 30 years probably, because I think the last time I saw that movie was probably like 1990. But I do fondly remember it. Um, so they are working on bringing that to Disney Plus on 2022. So that is basically everything Star Wars, Joel, that was announced. I'm not. If I'm missing anything, let me know.
No, no, I was just
We'll
looking over
discuss.
myself the same. And
Yeah.
it's like the accolades saying it being a, it is going to be in the High Republic setup. It is going to be 200 years before the George Lucas prequel trilogy. I mean, there's not much information beyond that. A lot of this other stuff that we're getting to here, these are the stuff where we start talking about again, like it's too vague. These things can evolve and change easily. I think there's a reason behind the vagueness, just because like could be a Disney Plus movie, could be a Disney Plus series. We could switch the script on you. Could be animated, could be 3D animation, could be there's a lot of possibilities that could be going on there. But
Yeah.
um, the whole point behind this, and even the other stuff they start with Marvel, and we talked about that in the beginning, was that they're promising to us 10 Star Wars properties coming forth to us in the very near immediate future. They didn't say that's 10 Star Wars, properties in 10 years. No, they're saying like this is literally happening over a couple of years. And then we're going to probably get another major investor announcement following all the return on investment based on these. This is kind of like the treading lightly, building up Disney Plus with heavy hitters. You and I, Obed, have talked before about this guy. I'll call him Doom for the sake of YouTube's, but honestly, like to me, I don't believe anything that the guy's saying from the sense that it's pure commentary is what I'll take it as.
I haven't watched him in a long time.
Yeah, I think
like it seemed for a time there he was kind of on point, and then he really veered off into more of the spectacle of being or the drama.
Yeah, I think he was one of those people that probably did have people reaching out to him, but the validity behind it, I'm very questioning that right now, because I had said it to you, Obed, like, oh, by August they would have had like the stuff that the dude was saying. I was like, they would have to end summer saying, like Kathleen Kennedy's out of here and we're gonna reset this thing with the Veil of the Force and blah 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 blah. Like, yeah. I still think the Veil of the Force thing's happening though, to some degree. But when we see everything that's going on here, I think Kathleen's definitely involved. But I do see her taking more, as you see, a backseat to John and Dave's creative. Like, that's the thing that's really driving the vision of Star Wars right now. So don't be surprised that there's more news to come by Star Wars Celebration 2022. Is when it returns.
Yep. I don't know. Marvel had a few other smaller announcements, like casting confirmations for like Captain Marvel 2 and whatnot. But yep. It's like we took over, Joe. Like, pretty much like everyone that it's like, oh, nerd movies and all this stuff. Yeah, like we took over. Deal with it.
Now we're the guys that people actually will stop you and be like, hey, so
what do you think of this thing?
What is this about? And why is it like you were talking about this Clone Wars show 12 years ago, Joel? And now I need to go back. We've been trying to tell you guys. Man.
Yep.
It's a great time to be a nerd.
Absolutely. And do we have anything else game-wise, dude? Because I feel like this like took over everything.
Yeah, if there is, I'm not thinking of it right away. Let's do quick.
Yeah, I'm doing a quick scrub just in case, because I know that there may be something we missed. Oh yeah, I did want to talk about the disaster that is the launch of Cyberpunk 2077.
That's
So that it barely runs on base PS4 and Xbox One, and it's like passable on the Xbox One X, and man, I just saw that video that I sent you this morning, right?
Yeah, that was hilarious
with the graphics. So there's a video floating around on Reddit with the
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, the Jurassic Park theme, and you see the E3 2018 trailer, and then when the music kicks in for Jurassic Park, we get the bad harmonica version of it, and we get Cyberpunk on base PS4, and it looks like a PS3 game.
It looked worse to me. That was a little PS2. Some of those close-ups, man.
You know what it looked like to me, dude? It looked like Crackdown 3.
Oh my gosh. You're right.
Yeah.
It does.
It looks like Crackdown 3. It's nuts.
I didn't believe the stuff when I saw it trending on Twitter early on, when it was released.
Yeah.
I didn't believe some of the stuff I've seen, but then enough people started posting. I thought it was like parody, like the way people are posting about it. Like, oh, It can't look that bad. Ooh.
It's
unless
rough.
You're playing it on next gen, or even a PS4 Pro, I saw trouble, dude.
Yeah.
PS4 Pros are not even able to run it the way it should because it's just
No, it runs
not
there. I
optimized
heard
at
it.
all.
Yeah, I heard it runs okay on the on
Right.
PS4 Pro.
You still
Yeah,
have to modify settings like turn your HDR off and all this for it to just
yeah. You
run.
probably have to like force 1080p on it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's what. Yeah, yeah. That's what. Kingdom Hearts 3 on PS4 Pro. Even like if you leave it standard, right, the frame rate's still choppy. But
Yeah.
if you force a 1080p on it, it's stuck at 60 and it's perfect. Um, man, what a like the most anticipated game for the last like 2 years almost. And it's like,
Yeah, that
and
game was
then
hyped up, and
reviews
even the
were
the
all
trailers
over.
look good. The marketing looked good for it.
Yeah, reviews
A
were
lot of
all
because
over the place too. Like games,
IGN gave it a 9.
yeah, and GameSpot gave it a 7, and then
Yeah,
Giant Bomb said that they should have delayed it again. and, I for the most part, I trust Giant Bomb when they have those sort of observations. It's like, yeah, this thing could have gotten delayed more. Yeah,
it's all that money they spent to have Keanu Reeves, bro. They
man,
blew the budget and they didn't pay
they've been
their
working on this game
developers.
for 8 years, bro.
Elon Musk is in this game. There's some crazy stuff, man.
It's ridiculous.
Ha-
But then you see stuff like Ghost of Tsushima that even on the regular PS4 it looked amazing.
Absolutely, that's how you play it.
It chugs, but it looks good. Like it looks really really nice. And you still get the full like HDR particle effects and all that. So
Yeah.
man, uh, talk about got a crazy lunch. Other than that, Sephiroth is gonna be on Smash. If you're interested in new Smash characters, I'm doing a scrub now on the Game Award announcements, but there really wasn't a lot, dude.
What
Uh,
won best game?
The Last of Us.
Okay,
Yeah.
no surprise there.
No, no. Yeah, not really surprised there for sure. Let's see. That's pretty much it. We really didn't have even like we threw our notes away for this episode because it's like you
Oh,
know
that went
what?
out the window.
Yeah, yeah. We were like, you know what? We can just go ahead and
We didn't even
talk about.
talk about we didn't even talk about like the actual Marvel trailers, dude. Like we got like full on Loki trailer and Falcon and the Winter Soldier trailer and like things that were really good. We
Yeah,
these shows look great.
yeah,
I mean, dare
yeah,
I say it, they look cinematic like a movie, dude. Yet again, this quality.
yeah. When's Winter Soldier going out?
It's supposed to be May next year.
Yeah, okay.
Could be,
So we're
could be
getting
wrong.
One Division, and that's probably gonna last until like March, and then we're probably gonna get that.
Yeah.
So okay, cool.
Excuse me, August.
August, okay.
Maybe not sure. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Okay, sometime next year.
No response though to HBO Max of saying we're gonna put movies instead. They're saying we're gonna go with our shows.
So that's the thing, right?
I mean, there were some movies.
The response to HBO Max is that Disney Plus is now going to have 18 plus content. So like
Right.
stuff from Fox, like like Deadpool,
Right.
Logan, uh, Alien, like the Alien franchise is gonna be there now. So that sort of thing is gonna be on Disney Plus.
I'm
Uh,
not sure if you saw this morning before the investor announcement, but sources within Disney supposedly were also telling other news outlets that they were thinking Hulu was going to be merged with Disney Plus. That's a part of the long term plan and it's in the desire. So hearing this 18 plus stuff makes sense. I'm not saying this is happening tomorrow, but I can certainly see that they are heading towards that route of consolidating their
yeah.
services,
So for
which would
Hulu,
be able to then, but they could they already are going to raise the price $1, but that would then make it more, okay, you can actually spend this amount of money because there's a lengthy amount of content that'll be on there.
Yeah. So for Hulu, they did announce that a lot of the Fox and FX shows are coming to Hulu.
Right.
That was basically the only thing they did with that. Um, yeah, man. Other than that, man, there's really no other like gaming
Nope.
news of note this week. Ah, man, we made it. Got scared there for a second.
Dude, I'm still like in Star Wars world right now. And I was in like if you have asked me just yesterday or even this morning what world I was in, I was fully in Spider-Man worlds because that's man, like I've got a smile on my face. I'm gonna sleep so happy tonight.
No, man.
This is
It's
great.
it's a lot happening. We can only hope that we can return to normal and we can enjoy these movies in the theater proper. I'm again contemplating getting an Apple TV for Christmas. Uh, just because I missed out on watching Mando on with surround sound, and
Oh
I'll
yeah.
probably like I would like to go back and watch a few of those episodes with surround sound. So I'll probably do that.
Skywalker sound.
Yeah, get that Skywalker sound going. So I'm still contemplating that. But yeah, man, it's been a week. It's been an action packed week. Hopefully next week. You know what? I'm not gonna get too excited about next week. I'm gonna do like Mando. I'm gonna not get too excited, and we'll just let it happen.
You just said it yourself, dude. Mando, we've got a new episode tomorrow. Like
Yeah, there's an episode
that's gonna
tomorrow, man.
be a huge part, I'm sure, of next week's
Gonna take
episode.
my daughter to school in the morning, come back, watch it, hop into work, and yeah, cause I can't wait. Like, there's no
Uh,
going around it, right? I can't wait to watch it later because I'll be I'll see
for us, we're too
spoilers.
connected as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see too
yeah.
many spoilers.
We'll see spoilers in 101 that.
Like that Ahsoka episode, man. There was nowhere you could go. Fans were posting it everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't even go like I said, like even last week I did the same thing. I last week I was actually out that Friday, so I took my daughter to school, came back, watched it, finished Bloodborne, and that's that. That's what
Very
happened.
nice. Very
So
nice.
yeah, uh, we shall see. In the meantime, Joe, where can people find us?
Well, we want you all to stay connected, stay following us. So go ahead and subscribe to our show iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon Music. We're all out there. So go ahead and look up No Load Time on your podcast platform of choice. Also, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Get our latest videos. Hit that little bell turn on notifications. Get enabled notifications whenever we drop new videos. Also, make sure you're following us on social media at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Also, if you have any questions, comments, feedback you want to drop us, send an email. Send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Thank you all very much for your time. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you all in our next episode.
Thank you guys. Stay hyped. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.